Hey guys, welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Just before we start the video today, I'd like to make a little plug just to please subscribe to the channel if you're watching. Just checking the analytics, and obviously a lot of people that are enjoying the videos, they're watching them a lot, but they aren't subscribed, and it's free to do. And I'll be able to make so much more content if we get more subscribers. So really want to try and hit that 2K mark, 2K subscribers, and we'll do something special at 2K, I promise. So yeah, thanks for all the views, guys. Thanks for all the love, and let's keep the ball rolling. So what we're going to do today is going through one of, in my opinion, the most forgotten about legendaries in Raid, is Tomb Lord. Tomb Lord was a fairly early pull for me, actually, and I have to admit, I kind of slept on him because you don't see him very much anywhere. He's one of those champions you think is really good, but nobody really seems to use him very much. He's definitely the forgotten legendary, and I think he's amazing, to be honest. And I'm just going to go through his skill kit just now, and then we'll explain why I think he's so good. So he's got an A1 here that's a 3-hitter, so straight away Fire Knight's very good. Places a decreased speed debuff on the target for 2 turns if the attack is critical. So he's based on attack, he's in a support champion, but is damage based on attack. So his A2 attacks a single target with a 70% chance of placing 2 poisons, but if it's critical it places 4 poisons on all enemies for 1 turn. This books up to, let me think, books up to 100%. And it's on a 3-turn cooldown, which is pretty good. The 4 poisons is really, really strong. You know, it's only 1 turn. You can get the Mastery to make it more than 1, but the fact that it's putting 4 on each enemy is pretty strong. There's loads of situations where this is really, really good. And his A3 here is Blight. Now this, to me, is one of the better abilities in the game, actually. It's really, really good. It decreases the turn meter of all enemies with less than 50% HP by 100%, which is crazy. And an 80%, which is a 100% chance when booked, of putting decreased attack and decreased defense on all enemies for 2 turns. Then it grants an extra turn if an enemy's turn meter is decreased by this skill. So it's a placing ability here. So it's an 80% chance of placing. So it's not like it's having to deal damage again. So straight away you can get around the weak hits. And it's also decreasing the turn meter by 8 enemies with HP below 50%, which is crazy. So to maximize this, you really want to make sure that you're getting enemies that are below 50% HP, but then you're getting an extra turn afterwards. So he's one of those champions you use in the specific situation, and it's a game changer, you know, because they could be up at 100% turn meter just about, and he's going to drop them right back down to 0. All of them, if they're at that point, that is, and if they're below 50% HP. So I mean, this guy, he is useful in arena. I've used him in arena, don't get me wrong, I'll go through that in a bit, but he's definitely more of a PvE champion. But there's loads of circumstances where this has been totally clutch for me. I've thrown him into sort of Doom Tower levels when I've been struggling on the floor, and this guy, you know, maybe my AoE is not going to wipe them out in a 1 hour, it gets them down to about quarter health, then he can come in, decrease attack, decrease defense, lower all their turn meters back down, boom, and then stick a ton of poisons on them, and that's pretty much the kiss of death for them. He's also got this aura which increases ally defense in arena battles by 42%, which I think might be the highest in the game. So I have actually used this guy in arena for a few different things. You know, if you're fighting like a blender comp or something like this, you could put him in, followed by Seeker, and your team will survive 100%, because 42% is massive. I think he might be. I don't know if there's one that is higher than this. But his artifacts, I'm using him in 2-piece speed and 1-piece accuracy. Now this is not my best gear by any stretch of the means. He's not like a top tier arena player for me, and he's not in my clan boss team. So, but what he is, he's got mediocre gear on, and he's like a dungeon all-star. He's used in quite a few of my teams quite often, and I just go to him every so often, especially in things like Doom Tower and new content, just because I know he's solid. So the stats I'm running him in is 43k HP. He's got reasonable defense, 2.5. He is attack, but he's a support champion, but he's attack based. He's at 3.7, and he does pretty decent damage. You want to get that critical rate up to 100%. You don't need to worry too much about crit damage. I mean, he can do decent crit damage, but all you really want is reasonable survivability, as much attack as you can get, 100% crit rate, but you really want to focus on the accuracy though. That is the main thing. So 300 accuracy is pretty good. I could probably do with 350 for doing some of the higher Doom Tower content, but 300 way overdoes the dungeons anyway. He can be used in Clan Boss. He does put poisons down, he does put decreased attack and defense. He's not like optimal because they're only one turn the poisons, that's the problem. He is sticking on 4 at a time, which is good, but he can't decrease the turn meter, so I don't think he's ideal for clan boss. Let's quickly go through his masteries before I do anything. So I've got him set up mainly for kind of dungeon content, so I just wanted to make him more survivable. I gave him blast proof, tough skin and iron skin just to give him nearly 300 defense up, because his base defense is not super low, but it's pretty low, so he was a wee bit squishy. And then I've gone down this tree, got Evil Eye, Lore of Steel, and you want to get Master Hexer because that could increase the duration of the poisons. So they could be 2-turn poisons, which makes a big difference. Definitely want some more accuracy down here as well. So yeah, like I say, so many applications for this guy. If I go through his reviews, so Fire Knight's probably where he shines the most, I think. That and Ice Golem he's very good in as well, actually. But Fire Knight's he's crazy. Let's have a look at his skills again. So he's got an A1 that hits 3 times, so straight away that's going to pile through that shield. Then he puts decreased speed, which is huge on the Fire Knight, because once you get that shield down, if you put decreased speed on him and you have even someone just doing a little bit of turn meter reduction, you can pretty much kill him without him bringing the shield back up easy. He does actually do turn meter reduction as well, just makes him even better, but you have to get to a certain point to make that play. But you know, if you stick in like a Cold Heart in your team, which is a rare, so it's a fairly easy champ to get, you could use her A3, take a massive chunk of his health off, lower his turn meter back down, he can keep his speed down, hopefully he's going to be down near half health at that point. Then suddenly his blight comes into play, he's getting decreased defense back on them, lowers the turn meter, gives him an extra turn, puts poisons up. He's a beast for Fire Knight actually, really strong, and obviously A1 that hits 3 times, very very good. You could definitely change this about and put him in, where is it, Giant Slayer. Giant Slayer is a very good choice for him if you're using it, because he's got that A1 that hits 3 times and you'll get some real good bonus damage off this, and then put him down the usual crit rate and crit damage. But I've opted for more survivability. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. I would, if I was rebuilding him, I probably would end up going down a more damage route. I think at one point I was using him for Arena just to kind of try him out because of his aura, and this is why I put him in this build here. So it could work either way. Masteries is one of those things, guys, though. I would always consider what you're using the champion for and then just go through all the masteries yourself and do them. Don't blindly copy other people's, because they're all so niche. Like you say, this was purely to fight blender compositions, and this was quite a while ago when I was kind of starting out in Arena, so that's the reason I went down this route. But I've just kept it because he's pretty strong in dungeons now because of it. So Arena defense, he can be good because he's got that aura, obviously. Not top tier, you won't see him in Platinum and stuff, but he's definitely got a use. And if you do manage to hit that A3 off, it's a game changer. You know, that's game over really if you've got a decent team. Clan boss, he can be good. He puts down poisons. He's got decreased attack and defense, so these are all good things. Arena offense again can be used. Spiders then and campaign, yeah, I mean he does it. He does them well, but not great. Spiders he's not fantastic on. He puts loads of poisons on, but it's not much use. Dragons he's definitely good. I think he's a little bit higher than this for dragons. I have used him in my dragon team quite a lot because he's useful. Minotaur's Labyrinth, again, these things are fairly easy. Ice Golem's Peak, I think he should be higher here. I think he's nearly one of the better. He's always in my Ice Golem team, put it that way. Putting on all the poisons on both the sub bosses and the main boss is really strong. He's lowering the turn meter of them. Yeah, he's really, really good actually. I would highly recommend him for Ice Golems. Putting the decreased speed on helps hugely as well. Force keep and all these keeps, they're fine. Faction Wars, he's 100% a 5. He's such a solid champion for Faction Wars. Really, really good in Faction Wars. Probably was the go-to champion for me to actually complete it. So we'll go into Arena, and there we go. There's a blender composition here. Let's stick him in here in the lead. Stick our right Seeker in. Is that the right one? That's the right Seeker. And let's stick in Sinacia. So that's a squishy champion. She's in my blender composition as well. She's got pretty squishy, she was built for attack, so she's got about 2k defense, 30k HP, so she's pretty squishy. Let's see if she can survive a blender comp with the damage mitigation here from both my Seeker and my Tomb Lord. Look at that. Not even a mark on her. Then she's dead. But still, she survived the initial one, so that shows you how much damage mitigation can come from that. Right, I've brought him into Fire Knights here to let you see how much good stuff he can do in here. So obviously I've let the timer kind of go up a little bit. So this isn't a speed run as such. I normally do this in about a minute though with this team. So it is a really strong team, and a minute for Fire Knight is pretty damn good. But what we do here, we've got a bunch of champions. They've got decent enough turn meter. Most of this guy's nearly full. This guy's 3/4. They're all below 50% HP. So if I put the Blight on just now, look at that. It decreases all their turn meter, puts decreased defense and attack on them, and grants an extra turn now. That's a massive play, you know, in a lot of kind of waves, especially if you're kind of account progression stage, you're trying to progress through those times, you don't have those amazing champions yet, and you do pull a Tomb Lord and you think, oh, he's not that widely used, he's maybe not amazing. That's the sort of clutch moments that he can do. Then puts decrease the speed down. It's really incredible that. So then we move on to the boss. So this kind of shows you how strong he is here. Obviously it's handy having a Valkyrie here, but you don't need Valkyrie as such. And we'll just hit auto. So the problem is he does use his A2 a lot when the shield up. That is a bit of a problem. But if we go here, turn meter is kept down from Cold Heart there. We missed the decreased speed there, which was unfortunate because he's like 300 of accuracy. Put down the decreased defense there. Hearthseeker brings him back down, and now look at the poisons going on. But he gets a counter attack here. Watch this, 3-hitter, so he's down to 6 already in the shield. And the fact that I've got counter attacks to my Cold Heart, look, his shield's down already. So anyway guys, that is Tomb Lord. Just thought I'd do a quick showcase on him. He's not like top tier, but I think he's definitely a forgotten about champ. If you do pull him, it can be useful in so many areas of the game, getting you through those dungeons. He can be a viable option for clan boss if you don't have anyone else. He can be a viable option for arena if you don't have anyone else. So he's useful in all situations. And that's it guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to the channel as usual. It really helps me out, like I mentioned earlier in the video. Please hit that bell button for notifications as well so you don't miss another video. And have a great day guys. Peace.